I'm going to be asking the American people to continue to help fund the needs of these people. It's not going to be one hit and it's over.
This, I suppose, is, I'm in Atlanta right now, and this part of the country has been significantly affected by Hurricane Helene. This seems all the more apposite as we're heading towards an election, and the US government is still, I'm going to say, funneling billions of dollars of weaponry into Ukraine for a war that cannot be won. You can't win wars against Russia. You can say that on day 1. You can say that on day 5. You can say that on day 10. You can say that in the Second World War. You can say it in the Napoleonic Wars. You can say it in any war. Russia don't lose wars because Russia are Russia. They've always been Russia. Well, not always. I mean, I suppose the dinosaurs weren't Russian. But generally speaking, Russia know how to have a row. So before engaging Russia in a war, make sure you've got a plan, a desired outcome. What does peace look like? And if there is a treaty and an opportunity for one, like there was between Zelensky and Putin, which our former Prime Minister Boris Johnson, presumably at the behest of deep state and globalist American-centred interests, disrupted, then, well, now you know why a further $175 billion in aid has been sent to Ukraine right when Americans are being told to donate to the North Carolina flood aid. How do you feel about that? That your tax dollars are going to Ukraine while your countrymen and women and people are suffering during a crisis. If government isn't there to protect us in crisis, what is government there for? I'll tell you. It's there to engage in perpetual war, to keep you terrified and distracted and keep you controlled. And that's exactly what it's doing. Let me know if you agree, though, in the comments and chat. And let's have a look at this appeal by Joe Biden for yet more of your money, this time to help people who are suffering as a result of Hurricane Helene.
We have rivers that are still rising. The danger is still occurring for a lot of people.
And by the way, as the FEMA can tell you, they had pre-positioned an awful lot of material throughout that area, from the Bend all the way up into Tennessee. And so the idea that we weren't prepared, the question is, no one knew exactly how devastating it would be. We knew it would be significant, and we've got a lot already in place, but there's more. But here's the point. I'm going to be asking the American people to continue to help fund the needs of these people. It's not going to be one hit and it's over. It's going to take a hell of a long time. It's going to cost a hell of a lot of money. But this is the United States of America, and we've got to do it.
It's really odd that the function of Joe Biden has now become to issue quivering sound bites from behind a mahogany desk, or attest that more funding is required at a UN speech in order to keep the machinery of war going. He's just disappeared. You don't see Joe Biden unless he's trotted out to ask for more money. He is nominally, explicitly and actually the President of the United States. Why is he not running this campaign? Because we were all exposed to his ineptitude to a degree that the masquerade had to end, that it had to be acknowledged and admitted that he wasn't capable of being in office. Yet he's in office right now. And the fact is, in the last 4 years, Kamala Harris has been in government. So all this talk of turning the page is nefarious and absolutely ridiculous. The page she's turning has her name on it. The page she's turning to has her name as its headline. The position that we ought to be adopting is deep cynicism when it comes to all government rhetoric, particularly when it appears increasingly clear that the ulterior aim is to continue to fund war. The ulterior aim is to continue to control communication between ordinary people, denying us transparency while granting them maximum secrecy. What is this corruption? What is this madness we're forced to endure? Who among us really would want to continue to fund an unwinnable war when peace was available 2 years ago? Who among us believes that the victims of the Maui fire or the people suffering as a result of Hurricane Helene are not more worthy of your investiture than this unwinnable war? That's not to say that I'm not sympathetic towards Ukrainian people. Of course I am. They shouldn't be in that war. We should bring about a peace treaty as quickly as possible. And if we had a government and systems of government that didn't require as an economic necessity the perpetuation of war, then I believe that peace would be achieved. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat right now? If you're watching this on YouTube, remember, turn on the notification bell and comment. The algorithm will direct you to corporate media, and corporate media will keep keep you comatose. We are here to awaken you. That is our mission. That is our role. That is our function. And it's a time where awakening is necessary. We can't continue to bring you this beautiful content without the support of our partners. Hey, one of the things that's difficult about the world of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, let alone mining, is it's difficult to conceptualize and understand. That's where Go Mining comes in. Their NFTs, that's a non-fungible token, is a physical representation. Well, it's actually an avatar, but it represents actual mining equipment in the real world, helping you to avoid the difficulties that can be associated with purchasing and maintaining equipment. You can get involved for as little as $25 and you will start receiving rewards after 24 hours. Go Mining tokens and NFTs are backed by real data and mining equipment. This is my actual personal account that I use. I can't believe how easily I can understand this when I've been doing it for such a short period of time. If I can understand this, anyone will. The NFT itself and its mining power belong to you forever, for all well, you mean you'll die one day, but you can give it to one of your ancestors, not ancestors, descendants. Wow, it's difficult to move through time. You can even sell it on if you want to. Check Go Mining using the link in the description. Explore NFT purchase options. Use the code Stay Free to get a 5% discount. My code is valid for 10 days. Check it out now. Our new The Oracle series, our first ever group interviews designed to bring the greatest and most authoritative voices in particular subjects together for the very first time. Robert Malone, Dr. Pierre Corey, and Steve Kirsch.
What we've experienced is a globally deployed psychological bioterrorism playbook. It's well developed.
And then I started to see just global propaganda directed at essentially distorting, dismissing, and suppressing the evidence of efficacy. And I saw it as a crime.
And at that point, I knew that this was not just a coincidence. There were too many black swans over too short a period. I've never heard anything like this story in my life.
They seem to get the human psyche so well when it comes to brainwashing us and propagandizing us to the direction that they want us to go in, that you would think that they would know that pulling all of these various tactics would actually just push support towards Trump, not away from him.
Ryan Ruth, some of his posts even show that he appeared to have been working with, in his own words, the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. He's doing effectively military intelligence, human trafficking of terrorists.
It's in this context that I think Ruth was kind of radicalized. He decided that while he wanted to assassinate Putin, the easier thing would be to assassinate Donald Trump.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.